If you wanted to become the poorest country in Africa, how would you do it? Would you ignore industry? Would you depend too much on raw agriculture? Would you make political instability a national hobby? Would you underinvest in roads, electricity, and education? Because if you mix all of that for long enough, you do not get prosperity. You get Burundi's economic story. And no, this is not to mock Burundi, not at all. This is one of Africa's most important cautionary tales. Because Burundi is not poor because Africans are incapable. Burundi is poor because bad systems, instability, weak infrastructure, and missed opportunities can trap any nation for generations. And that means there are lessons here for all of Africa. So, what happened to Burundi? Burundi is a small landlocked country in East Africa. It has fertile land, hard-working population, and a strategic location near regional markets. So on paper, you might expect a decent growth. But reality had other plans. Burundi has struggled with repeated political instability, ethnic conflict and civil war, weak institutions, low industrialization, poor infrastructure, and heavy dependence on subsistence agriculture. In simple language, too many people are working very hard just to stay poor. A large share of Burundi's population depends on agriculture, but mostly at a small survival level rather than a big productive commercial level. That means millions of people are busy building, but the country is not building enough wealth from it. It's like running a treadmill and wondering why you are not reaching your destiny. The economic trap. Here is where things get serious. When a country mainly relies on low productivity farming, it usually struggles to generate enough tax revenue, exports, jobs, and industrial growth. Then what happens? The government has less money to invest in roads, electricity, hospitals, schools, technology, and industry. And without those things, private business struggles too. So the economy stays weak. And this is the trap. Burundi has also faced high population pressure on a very limited land. So even agriculture becomes more difficult over time. Too many people dividing too little productive land can turn farming into survival instead of progress. And when conflict enters the picture, well, that makes investor disappear faster than salary after payday. So, what must African countries learn? 3 big things. First, peace is economic policy. A country cannot develop properly if every few years it is shaken from instability. Second, agriculture alone is not enough. Africa must process, manufacture, and add value. Third, institutions matter. Strong systems outlive strong speeches, because speeches are nice, but factories are nicer, and electricity is even nicer. Is there hope for Burundi? Absolutely. And this is important. Burundi is poor, yes, but poverty is not destiny. No country is cursed to remain at the bottom forever. Burundi still has strength. A young population, agricultural potential, access to regional trade opportunities, and room to grow because its industrial base is still so small. Sometimes being underdeveloped also means there is huge space for transformation. Think about it. If Burundi improves roads, power supply, farming productivity, trade links, and education, it can move faster than many people expect. Not overnight, but over time. And this is where Pan-Africanism matters. Pan-Africanism is not about flags, slogans, and conference selfies. It is about African countries helping each other grow through trade, technology, infrastructure, investment, and shared development. A stronger East African region can help build Burundi, and a more connected Africa can give countries like Burundi bigger markets and bigger opportunities. Hope for Africa. Burundi's story is painful, but it is also powerful because it reminds Africa that poverty is often not about lack of talent. It is about lack of systems. Africa does not need pity. Africa needs better planning, better leadership, more value addition, more infrastructure, and above all, more unity. Burundi can rise, Africa can rise, but only if we can stop normalizing survival as success. The goal is not just to manage, the goal is to build. Build industries, build transport, build power, build institutions, build confidence. Because the future of Africa will not be decided by how many resources we have. It will be decided by what we do with them. So, yes, Burundi is one of the poorest countries in Africa today. But the bigger question is not just why is Burundi poor? The bigger question is, what must Africa do differently to make sure more nations do not fall into the same trap? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What lesson do you think Africa should learn most from Burundi? And if you enjoy content about Africa's development, economic lessons, and future, subscribe and join the conversation, because Africa's comeback story, it is still being written.